Okay, good day, everyone. So, for today, I will present to you the Code of Ethics created by the ACM, or the Association of Computing Machinery. So, here is the ACM Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. So, this Code of Ethics is designed to guide the ethical conduct of all computing professionals or to the computing field. Now, the this code of ethics is uh, contains four sections, and each sections is has also contains subsections. Now, let's dive into the brief summary of each section. The section one outlines fundamental ethical principles that form the basis for the remainder of the code. Now, the section 2 addresses additional, more specific considerations of professional responsibility. The section 3 of the code guides individuals who have leadership role, whether in the workplace or in a volunteer professional capacity. Now, the section 4 involves compliance with the code. Now, let's tackle the first code of ethics. So, the first code of ethics is the general ethical principles. It states here that a computing professional should, in 1.1, contribute to society and to human well-being, acknowledging that all people are stakeholders in computing. Okay, I think what they are trying to say here is that as a enthusiast, or as a person who work in the computing industry, you should consider uh, what the people need, and also you have to consider the problems of the people, and how as a computer engineer should address that problem. Okay, so we have to acknowledge the needs and the problems of the people, and we have to do something about it, that if it involves problems with the computer. Okay, so in the 1.2, the subsection of section 1 is to avoid harm. So as a person who works in the computing industry, we should always prevent 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 people to be in harm, or do something that may cause harm to the people. So I think that is understandable for this subsection of this section 1. So the section 1.3 states here to be honest and trustworthy. So as a computing professional, yes, we should be honest in our work, and we should be trustworthy to all our doings, because it as a computer professional, it reflects our credibility. Okay, so in the section 1.4, it states here that be fair and take action not to discriminate. So I think in all fairness, we should be be fair to let us all be fair to all, and we should not take a bias or discriminate 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 people, and be fair to everyone. Okay, now the section 1.5 states here to respect the work required to produce new ideas, inventions, creative works, and computing artifacts. So I think what they are trying to say here is we should be uh, we should be we should respect the work required and not to complain about it, even if we don't like the task that is given to us, or even if we don't like the task that is given. We should respect the work required to us. Section 1.6 here says to respect privacy. So I think it is understandable that we should respect each other's privacy. Uh, we should respect each other's own uh, information, and then it coincides here with the section 1.7 that is on confidentiality. When someone trusted you to the information that is confidential, you should uh, you should always try not to spill any information that is confidential or information that is trusted to you to hide. Now we are in the section 2 of the said Code of Ethics, and it says here that this section in general is about the professional responsibilities. So the section 2.1 states here to strive to achieve high quality in both the processes and products of professional work. So as a computing professional, we should always try to be responsible to give the highest quality in our works, or products or services. Next, the 2.2 uh, states here that maintain high standards of professional competence, conduct, and ethical practices. So I think the idea of this is to not settle for less and always create a high standard product for competence, and we should always maintain the highest standard for ethical practices. The 2.3, let's go to the subsection of the section 2, the 2.3. Know and respect existing rules pertaining to professional work. So uh, we should be aware of the rules that guides us to be a, a professional in the computing industry, and try not to broke not try do not try to break any rules that governs the computing industry. Now the 2.4 states that accept and provide appropriate professional review. So as a As a computing professional, we should be open-minded and accept criticism. Yeah, the professional criticism because it enhances our abilities to achieve better. Okay. The 2.5 states that give comprehensive and thorough evaluations of computer systems and their impacts, including analysis of possible risks. And we should always look thoroughly to the problems that may occur, and we should check we should check it correctly so that no problems may occur during the no problems will occur to our made products or services. So the bottom line is to double check and evaluate it thoroughly. Now the 2.6 says here that perform work only in areas of competence. Okay, I think it the idea is also to not settle for less and always perform 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 the perform as high standard as possible and try to avoid a foolish or work on work on product that do not give the best for the computing industry. Now let's move into 2.7. Foster public awareness and understanding of computing related technologies and their consequences. So when we create code or software or a system, we should be we should understand we should understand the system and its consequences, and we should be fully aware how the system works and how it can affect to to the customer or to the people who runs the system. Okay, the 2 point let's move into 2.8. It says here that access computing and communication resource only when authorized or when compelled by the public good. So I think in this section, uh, yeah. So I think it's about uh, the privacy. So we should only access computing and communication resources when authorized or when we are when we are when we have the right to access the information to it we do this for the common good or the public good. Now the 2.9, the last subsection of the section 2, it states here that the we the as a computing professional, we should design and implement systems that are robustly and usably secure. I think this is understandable that we should create systems that are robust so that it should be it it is reliable and safe to use and doesn't give harm to the people,